Hello, love. I'm not singing today. I didn't feel like singing today. But hi, Cellulite and Love Tarot, or Hillary for short. I hope that you're having a great day. Today's reading, Freaky Friday, is going to be all about ourself. And I want to make this reading intentionally about our power, realizing our power, seeing our power. And because yesterday's reading was really intense and dense, and I felt like it was a very difficult one to get through, okay? And it wasn't for everyone, but whoever that was for in my collective, I know how hard that situation is, and I know how disempowering it can feel to be so attached to external people, circumstances, for our stability to feel stable. So I really want this reading to be about reclaiming our power, getting our power back from where other people have taken it, past situations, what is going on in our spiritual field right now, our personal field, to make us feel more in tuned and honored and in alignment with ourself and our power, okay? Because yesterday's energy was so dense and it's kind of been lingering, I smudged myself, and I obviously just smudged my space, but I'm going to use my singing bowl here to clear the energy with some high vibrational sounds. So I'm going to do this for a minute. If you would like to take some deep breaths and really focus on calling your power back, bringing in that peace to yourself, bringing in that be still in knowingness, okay? And then we're going to go chakra to chakra and figure out where each of our chakras is in alignment or blocking our empowerment right now, okay? As I was smudging before I started this, a piece of my smudge, the ember, flew off and landed directly over my heart chakra. So I feel like the heart chakra is really emphasized here, and that would make a lot of sense. I'm wearing green, that's heart chakra. So heart chakra is really emphasized here for self-love, self-appreciation, unconditional love, but any blockages that we have with ourselves, with others, how that can kind of impact the world, impact our reality. We'll see what wants to come out, but I feel like self-love's really needed here, self-power. Okay, I'm going to get started with this sound bowl. It is loud, so turn down the volumes if you have headphones on, or just watch your ears, and just, if you want to take some deep breaths, take some deep breaths, okay? Here we go. Final exhale, and just imagine all that negative feelings, any tension that you have with yourself, with your situation, and just imagine it leaving your body. Okay, let's jump on into it. Okay, Spirit, let's go chakra to chakra, okay? Chakra to chakra. You want me to do Moonology Oracle first? Okay, I can do that. All right. All right, Spirit, my higher self, my darling's higher self, thank you so much for using me as a channel to guide and instruct. I ask for the most clear and concise messages, information, feelings, and sensations to flow through me for the betterment of my darling and for the highest good of everyone involved. Thank you so much, Spirit. And thank you for being here. Okay. I'm also wearing a crown. You probably can't tell because my hair is black, but I'm wearing a crown. So this was for empowerment purposes. So if you have a crown and you want to join me, go get a drink, pause this, go get a drink, go get your crown, or just imagine your metaphorical spiritual crown. 414 on the clock. Okay. All right, Spirit. What energy is going on right now around my darling and their state of empowerment? What is going on across their spiritual field? Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. So I feel like right now you're really working on trying to build the stability within yourself to believe that you can accomplish certain things in your life. You can accomplish feeling worthy. You can accomplish feeling loved and adored, feeling like you can trust yourself, Perhaps our situations in our life has really led us to a place of not feeling like we can trust ourselves, to do right by ourselves, okay? And I feel like you're very aware of this, maybe subconsciously. It should be confirming something that you know. But right now you're like, I really have to work on showing up for myself consistently so that I can trust myself, so that I can prove that, the feelings that I want to feel, happiness, contentment, peace. What word did I just hear? That didn't sound like English, and I'm not really fluent in any other languages. It's like, I'm not even going to try to say it because I'm going to butcher it, but man, I want to say it, but my mouth is not going to cooperate. Au revoir. Au revoir? I don't know what that means. Okay. All right, Spirit, any other energy here that we are working on empowering ourselves through that is going on spiritually around us? What are we refining? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn's card in the tarot is the Devil, which would talk all about restrictions, negative thinking, negative thought processes, 6:06 on the clock. And so I feel like you've had a very vicious cycle of perhaps not listening to your intuition, of navigating out of fear, out of lack, right? Sort of feeling like you're bound to the certain approvals or it could even be work, Capricorn's an earth sign, so certain things tangibly that you have to have loyalty to, that you're bound in loyalty to. And I feel like we're learning how to prioritize loyalty to ourself first, unbinding us from the shackles that keep us held down, that keep us feeling like we can't accomplish what we want to accomplish in our life. Look at the bigger picture, full moon and Sagittarius. And those are back-to-back. Yeah, those are back-to-back signs there. So maybe that time of the year is really significant. You could be a Capricorn or a Sagittarius, or this really kick-started around that time, which would be November and December, early January. Yeah, look at the bigger picture. I feel like you're starting to see there's so much more to you than maybe you have seen. Maybe you're starting to realize I'm more than just the experiences that I have been through. I'm more than my circumstances. I'm more than anyone else's opinions. I'm more than just someone's, daughter, son, brother, sister, father, mother, whatever it is, employee, friend. I'm more than just that. And what is there to me that I really need to find? Okay, you're trying to dive in deep to that confidence there, right? Okay, anything else here before I jump into tarot for our chakra reading here? You're very close to achieving your goal. Oh my gosh, gibbous moon. Luckily, I feel like a breakthrough is coming through, okay? Maybe this time of your life, in this work, in this thought process, and the spiritual work that you're doing, it's time to release. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. That is another consecutive sign. Scorpio, Sagittarius, then Capricorn. Yeah, look at that. So that time of the year really could be important. Scorpios, October, November. So October, November, December, January. Those months could really be important right now. But yeah, I feel like you're really close to releasing any negative viewpoints, any harsh critical views you have about yourself or your life or your behaviors or who you've been or what certain toxic behaviors or certain patterns you have that have really held a firm grip around you. I feel like you're very close to breaking through, and it's all about your determination. It's all your determination. I think Sagittarius is also the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is very determined. He's the slay the dragon type energy. He or she, doesn't matter, but very determined to achieve their goal, okay? Not really a quitter, okay? Can be kind of like distracted, can get distracted, can be like, okay, I've finished that, now on to the next thing. But I feel like the point is that you are very determined to find your power, to find your stability, to build your inner strength, to build that inner trust. And soon you will, with your own determination and your own proactive choices, be releasing any negative pessimistic, degrading views that you have about yourself and your life and your behaviors and everything, right? I'm feeling like a huge flow of self-forgiveness right now, right? That's so amazing. Okay, let's get into it, Spirit. Okay, for the root chakra, Spirit, what is going on for my darling's empowerment journey? What is going on in the root chakra? It should be all about your stability, family, where you're grounded. Nine of Swords and Judgment. This is literally seeing the past with sort of neutral truth, okay? Objective sight, okay? So this is you being honest about certain things that you've experienced in your life, certain behaviors that you had, certain decisions that you made, but it's also saying, I see why that was my best course of action at the time. You know, it's being honest with yourself, but not in a damning way. 11:11 on the clock, right? You're saying, okay, I see the way I was raised. I see the circumstances I was raised in. I see the type of people I had around me. You know, not that we're deflecting our issues on other people, but our environment plays a huge role in how we develop and what we believe as true, you know? So I feel like you're just trying to be very honest with yourself about the past and pour love, honest love, blunt love over yourself, saying, stop beating yourself up. It's okay. You had to be that person to get to where you are now. You know, I was thinking about this morning, actually. I was taking my kids to Starbucks to get them some hot chocolate, because I promised my son that if he stayed in his bed all night, that we could go get hot chocolate. And he did. So we went to go get hot chocolate, and on the way to Starbucks, I was thinking about who I was in the end of 2020, before my spiritual awakening, before I found tarot, before I got into doing any of this, okay? Fighting with deconstructing my religion. I won't go into the whole thing, but that was the lowest point of my life, where I did not want to be alive anymore. I hated who I was. I hated my past. I hated my decisions. I hated myself. There was no one more unkind. And I have a picture, I've thought about sharing it here, of right whenever I started therapy at that time. And there is no life in my eyes. I look like a shell of a person. And to see who I am now, and to see, you know, that version of me was so begging to be loved by myself, you know, to be honored, to feel accepted, to feel belonging, right? And because she didn't, and she never did, she just didn't want to be here anymore. She believed that, you know, and part of what she wanted with not being here anymore, not wanting to be on this earth anymore, she did her part into letting that version of herself die so that she could become who I am now, you know? And I have so much gratitude for her, for who I was in those moments, you know, that she did what she needed to do. And I was emotional in the car, just like, thank you, old Hillary. I know that wasn't easy. And so I feel like maybe you're at this point, you know, you're seeing like, wow, these old versions of myself, or these versions of myself that I don't like, they're doing what they need to do to help me become more empowered moving forward. What parts of me do I not, you know, are not cohesive to me feeling empowered, and how am I willing to sacrifice those parts of me and embrace a new outlook, you know, awaken to new truths, so that I can feel more in my skin, I can feel belonging, I can feel saved even, you know, saving your own life here. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Okay, let's get the sacral chakra here. What's going on for our empowerment in the sacral chakra? Which would be our creativity, our sexuality. You know, I feel like possibly right now, 4 of Cups, possibly right now you might be feeling like I need to take a break from, you know, trying to fill a void in my own heart, you know, through others, okay? Maybe I'm not feeling like I'm really satisfied, you know, sexually, or I'm not feeling creative because I'm searching for that approval elsewhere, when really, like, it's not here on this tangible earth, on this grass. What's going to make me feel alive and creative and connected and just getting those creative juices flowing is me connecting to my own heart and the divine, you know, finding that connection there within myself. You might be on a path of celibacy right now, possibly. Just really trying to find intimacy with yourself rather than seeking that fulfillment elsewhere, okay? Is there anything else for the sacral chakra here? Four of Cups, Ten of Cups, and the Five of Cups. Yeah, it's you know, the Nine of Wands. I feel like right now, in tandem with what I just said, I feel like you are recognizing that your sensitivity, your emotional sensitivity, your sensitivity to others' energies and how that makes you, you know, blossom or close off, how that makes you creative or not. I feel like you're recognizing that it's actually a strength in time. Maybe you have been made to feel like in order to be happy, you can't be sensitive, right? And I feel like right now with this isolation and, you know, trying to, again, distance yourself from needing this filled through others, right? Through physical connection with others, emotional connection with others, getting intimate with yourself as you're seeing how beautiful your sensitivity is. It is a gift. It's a key to you moving forward towards your ultimate happiness, allowing yourself to be sensitive, right? Nine of Wands instead, yeah. The thing is, I feel like any rejection that you've had of your sensitivity, any negative feelings that you've had about it, has been blocking your intuition. And I feel like you're realizing that you could be getting in touch, you know, like I said, celibacy, but really getting more in touch with your own body, with your own spirit, really feeling intimate with yourself in that level first, and realizing how beautiful your sensitivity is. Male or female, doesn't matter. It's beautiful, okay? I love that. Okay, and the solar plexus chakra. What's going on for our empowerment on the solar plexus chakra? Three of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the Tower, the King of Wands. I feel like our circumstances around us has really spoken. We've really believed a false truth that us prioritizing what is good for us, you know, for our time, our energy, our health, our bodies, our mental health, advocating for ourselves in that way, right? And sort of being picky and choosy about who we allow in that space. We have believed that that was self-serving and manipulative energy, egoic even. You know, there might have been a real sour taste in your mouth about anyone who is confident enough in their skin to be like, that doesn't really work for me. You may have viewed that as rude. And so in that sense, right now we're working on opening up to saying, maybe honoring myself and feeling empowered in myself is recognizing where certain circumstances, certain situations, certain habits here, food, whatever, with the health, I'm just kind of getting like health with the pentacles right there. Maybe that is not selfish, right? Maybe it's not ego to be focusing on myself like that, you know, to care about building something solid, you know, only allowing people in who are on the same page, in the same vibration even, right? You know, the thing is, it can be difficult because often we do take, especially solar plexus energy, you know, being our empowerment and who we are and our strength and the sense of self, you know, the sun, our sense of self. We can really be taught to search for that in the in the approval of others. Not really approval, that's not the word I'm feeling. Just feeling like a loyalty to others around us. We'll put it that way, a loyalty to others. And so in that way, we feel like if we prioritize ourselves over others, then we're not being loyal to others, right? And really the most loyal thing we can do is be loyal to ourselves, so that then who stays around us is also loyal to their self, and it's a vibrational match. It's a good match. It's not off balance, right? This is a big change for you. I feel like maybe you could have at one point been a people pleaser, been afraid to speak your mind, been afraid to speak your truth, always tiptoeing, walking on eggshells about not hurting other people's feelings. What do you want to do? How do you want to, where do you want to go eat? What do you want to do? Whatever you want to do, that's good with me. And so I feel like you're learning how to speak your voice and say, actually, today, I really like to go eat here. That sounds really good. And being okay with that, not feeling selfish. It could be something small like that, or it could be something as big as like, I'm not okay with, doing all the work on this project. I feel like I'm being handed the brunt of this work here, and this is supposed to be a group tandem effort, and yet it feels like there's not enough going on. Being willing to delegate, it's not selfish. Yeah, it's a big change for you, okay? But this is great, because this sense of this tower falling about what you believe is selfish or ego, you need that to fall so that you can rebuild, right? That's the whole point of the tower, is it was a faulty structure to begin with. And often these people in this tower were trapped there. Obviously, if they had a different way to get out, don't you think they would have done anything other than jump out of the window? They would have done anything other than jump out of the window if they felt like they could, right? If there was another way out. So they were trapped in a tower that was false beliefs, false feelings, So you've been trapped in this tower. And so it had to crumble so that you could escape and build something that has, a better way out, or something. Not a better way out, but something more stable. Something that can withstand storms, 22:22 on the clock. Yeah. Okay, it's going to get better from here. I feel like you already know that, your stability in yourself. Okay, let's see the heart chakra. This one was really sticking out to me. So what's going on with our power in the heart chakra? Pull from the top. Okay, justice, the devil, the Hierophant, Page of Swords, Nine of Swords, Queen of Swords. In our heart chakra, we are recognizing the difference between true divine connection, true unconditional love, true commitment and loyalty, versus any codependent issues that we have with the devil. Anything that makes us feel like could even be lustful, again, there's this feeling of celibacy here in the sacral chakra. So perhaps maybe with trying to fill a void from other people, you may have had multiple partners, and I'm not judging that at all, but maybe at the place where you're at now, you're recognizing, I need to sort of step back on any lustful connections so that I can reconnect with myself and figure out what true connection is, how I can go day to day being honoring and committed to myself first, right? Believing the best about myself and recognizing what behaviors I have that do not make me feel like my best self, okay? This is bringing balance and moderation back to the center of your heart, back to the center of love. Okay, I'm hearing a song, and this is an old worship song that I used to hear when I was a kid and I was a Christian, okay? But the song was called Heart of Worship, I think. I don't remember who it's by, but it was, I'm coming back to the heart of worship, where it's all about you. It's all about you. And it says Jesus, but so I feel like you're coming back to the heart of like worship for your pure connection and the feeling of love and the divine within you, and recognizing, I'm sorry, Lord, for the things I've made it. What you've made love in the past, you're recognizing that you've made it a different thing than it actually truly was. And really coming back to the heart and coming back to love is coming back to yourself, right? This is so beautiful. 3 major arcanas for your heart chakra. That's amazing. That's amazing. Again, there's Capricorn energy again. So this really could have happened around December and January. And then we got Libra and Justice. Libra with Justice and Taurus with the Hierophant. Scorpio with the Tower. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you've been searching for the heart of love and everywhere else, right? With the Page of Swords, just analytically trying to find it in other connections and other things, always seeking something outside of you, and you're coming back to the heart. Coming back to the heart of worship and your connection with the divine and being at home with yourself and honoring yourself and loving yourself. It's such a beautiful, powerful place to be. Okay, what's going on in the throat chakra here for our empowerment? Knight of Wands neutral. It's funny because I was thinking the Knight of Wands earlier. So that could be more temperament, being more temperate, more moderate about things, recognizing when your heart and soul is actually calling you to do something, calling you to take action, and being willing to not just jump in and save the day just because someone says to, being willing to say what needs to be said, but also not just, have a savior complex in order to help people say the right thing to certain people, like feeling like you have to save the day, kind of putting a halt to that. Anything else for the throat chakra? The Magician. You're recognizing that the words you say, and 10 of Pentacles, yeah, and the Lovers on bottom. You're recognizing that the words you say are important, okay? And again, this is you being balanced about, okay, I need to be not too quick to just say what's on my mind, right? To just say what I'm feeling, just speak in the moment, right? I need to be very careful with the way I'm saying things, because it could affect other people, it could affect myself, it could be something that I don't necessarily feel pulled to, like it's just something I'm inspired to do. So I feel like we're being moderate, right? And we're recognizing I have to be careful with what I'm saying, with what I'm speaking into existence. I want to only speak life and affirming energy and life affirming energy, abundance, power over myself and over other people. And I don't want it to be in a way that's only trying to make me feel better about myself, right? I don't want to just show up and save the day for others just because it's going to make me feel better or make me feel useful. I need to recognize when I'm being called to do that, whenever I want to do that, versus whenever I feel like I'm required to do that. If I feel bad saying no. Okay, the Lovers is, a choice between love and the tangible. It's a choice, but it's also connections with other people, divine connections, ultimately rooting back to the connection to the divine, the heart. Coming back to the heart of worship there, okay? King of Swords is a very clear communicator, okay? And King of Cups, it's funny because he's full of love, right? Very well. He has the same amount of love as the Queen of Cups, but in his position, he has to communicate it or show his emotions more moderately, He knows that there's a time and a place to say what he's feeling, and not in a way that's trying to make put others before his own self and his own feelings, but it's more like I really need to I feel my emotions and those are valid, but before I just speak them, I need to let myself sit with them first, and then create a plan moving forward as to how we're going to address the situation, how we're going to fix something, how we're going to move forward, how are we going to address this with love, right? Coming back to the heart of worship. Yeah, you're speaking abundance over your life. You're taking back that power. And maybe this is amazing because you're like, I really never thought that I would be able to say and believe positive things about myself, but I am. The Knight of Wands can also be that kind of lusty energy. So again, this kind of going back to the sacral chakra, if that is sticking out to you, you're putting a temperament to that. This is really just emphasizing that, hey, look, you choosing love over lust right now is so good for you right now. It's so good for you because now you know when to say no. You know whenever it's time to intermingle with people. You only want to do that whenever it's pure, whenever it's abundant. You don't want to be mixing your energy with anyone who is going to then inject their energy into yours, and might not be good. Yeah, you're trying to stay emotionally balanced. Yeah, the King of Cups again. The Emperor. Oh, total empowerment. Aries energy there. Okay, let's look at the third eye chakra. Spirit, what's going on for our empowerment in the third eye chakra? 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. I think we're recognizing right now, tangible reality really is projected from spiritual first. It's not that the world we see and what we're interpreting out here is true first, and then we have to think and pray and connect to make something change out here. It's not like we're communicating, oh, this is what's happening, and filling in the divine, filling in our spirit. It all happens spiritually first and then projects out here, So I feel like we're recognizing, okay, what part of my spirit has been abandoning myself? What part of my reality have I created through my own spiritual vision of lack, of feeling lost, of feeling abandoned, of feeling like I need help. I need help externally. And then changing this viewpoint to one that says, I have everything that I need. I'm okay. I'm okay. This is also, again, appreciating who you've been before, appreciating who you've been, seeing the spiritual growth that you have endured and persevered through, and even, managed to make abundant in some form. You've used all of your hardship spiritually to create a new reality for you starting now, but you're starting to see these rewards trickle out into, the physical world here. You're starting to see life change around you. You're starting to see color again. Okay. You're starting to feel warm. So it's both recognizing the pattern, and also appreciating who you were and what you went through and how much perseverance it took you to push through. And just loving this person that you've become. 9 of Pentacles, yeah. Again, total confidence, Total confidence, yeah. Okay, what's going on in the crown chakra with our empowerment? Six of Swords. 4 of Wands. 9 of Cups. 3 of Wands, 10 of Wands. 6 of Wands. How many wands are going to come out? Okay, we got double sixes there. In your crown chakra, right now your empowerment is saying, I'm not stuck where I've been. Just because I have been one way, I've thought one way, I have communicated one way, just because I have these certain patterns or this certain experience of being in constant conflict doesn't mean it's going to always be that way forever, especially if I choose to actively revise my thoughts to finding a better outcome, to finding harmony, to finding unity, to trying to bring everyone back, bring myself and the world and my family and my community, bring everything back to connection, For me to feel creative in my spirit, to feel excited, to feel safe at home, to have this excited spiritual foundation within me, then I have to do my part, and through the middle of this storm on the water, I have to guide myself to shore, past the stormy seas. I have to, right? And you're recognizing, look, I know that once I continue this, once I get there, I know my complete emotional satisfaction, my peace, my serenity, my rest and reprieve is right there. And so if I can think about that now, and I can envision that now, then that's only bringing it closer and closer, because I'm drawing that energy, I'm magnetizing that energy to me right now in the present. So of course I'm going to feel this way. Of course there's going to be comfort again. Of course there's going to be self-reassurance and self-empowerment. Of course, because I'm already bringing that into me by choosing to move forward, by choosing new thoughts. I'm already doing it. 3 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Yeah, instead of waiting for something, you're just like, whatever I gotta do. I've already been overwhelmed in my life. My spirit has felt heavy and burdened for most of my life, and I have sat here waiting for something outside of me to break through, but it's not outside of me. This is like a knowing, a deep knowing. I don't have to wait. I can push through anything that I'm facing right now and remember where I'm going. And I'm allowed to feel that. I'm allowed to feel that victory. I'm allowed to feel that excitement. I'm allowed to feel that empowerment. I'm allowed to be proud of myself for being this person who is pushing through, who's making things happen. Happen. Maybe that's someone's last name. Yeah. Page of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Sun. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm getting the sacral energy of creativity there with the Page of Cups. So you're just like, even if I don't feel well versed in sort of focusing on different feelings and thoughts that are different than what I'm experiencing, even if I'm not good at it, I know that every time I do it, I'm getting closer to bringing in something tangible here. And every time I do that, I delight myself. Having this time to myself, focusing on being kind to myself, speaking life over my inner child, it's a joy. It really is. It's going to get easier and easier. And every time that I step into a version of myself that is behaving that way, who's supporting myself and thinking, positive things, I get to experience the rewards here tangibly too. Yeah. It's beautiful. Okay. Spirit, is there any words of encouragement here that my darling needs on their empowerment journey? How to make them feel like their divine spiritual royalty self, worthy of love and admiration and self-appreciation. What encouragement do they need as they are on this path? Seven of Cups. That almost wanted to come out, but it didn't. 9 of Cups. Queen of Wands. Five of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. So Spirit, the Hermit on bottom. Spirit really wants to encourage you, which the divine is something that you're connected to, so you don't need me to communicate this, but maybe it's something that you need to hear from someone else right now, and that's okay. Spirit is confirming your sensitivity is an asset. It's not a burden, okay? It's not something working against you. And in this process, there's going to be a range of emotions that you feel, okay? And it's important that you remember the core of who you are, regardless of your feelings. Don't feel ashamed when you have moments of feeling sad or feeling anger or disappointed or anything that you would deem as like not empowering to you, okay? The only disempowering part of those feelings is you speaking disempowerment over those feelings. It's important that we let these feelings pass through us, that we acknowledge why we feel that way. We validate why we feel that way. And then we still make an active plan to move forward, to remember who we are with that Queen of Wands, We don't let ourselves bully ourselves by any means, but we don't have to believe that just because we feel bad days or we have bad moments, we have bad feelings. And I don't even believe that there's bad feelings. They're just feelings, okay? But stereotypically, we don't like those harder emotions, okay? And we feel like they are stealing something from us. But really, we can transmute it, just like you already have. You've already transmuted everything that anyone could label bad into your power, and you'll continue to do that, okay? So please just have sensitivity with your emotions and speak confidence over yourself and your emotions and your sensitivity. Speak love over it, okay? Yeah, it's not going to sabotage your ultimate fulfillment here, right? Your life where you are feeling secure and stable and well taken care of and fortunate and privileged. It's not going to sabotage that, okay? There's going to be certain moments where we have to speak our mind, and maybe we're allowed to be angry at certain people, but we have to set boundaries for ourselves, and that's not self-serving, okay? That's not self-serving. It's really not. The Hermit, this is all about the inner self. Virgo energy. The inner self. Oh, look at this. We got the King of Wands there too. Oh, and the Two of Cups. Okay. So this could also specifically be about whenever you decide to start looking for a partner, if you're single, or really integrating that closeness, that intimacy with others again. This is saying, don't let yourself block off your hard emotions, you know? There's going to be things that happen that need to be talked about. And really, a foundation for a stable connection, a stable commitment here, stable partnerships, stable relationships requires hard conversations, and you to honor yourself and not just say, well, I don't want to talk about that because that could cause a problem, and I'm probably just being too sensitive. I'm probably just being too emotional. Don't be like that. Okay, you're allowed to have your feelings. You're allowed to speak about them. That doesn't mean that we blame others for the way that we feel. We recognize with the Hermit card, we recognize that our feelings are our own, always. There are certain things that trigger us into feeling that, so you can just communicate, I'm feeling sad. You know, the way I was feeling when this happened, it made me feel this way. Whenever you speak this way, this is how it makes me feel. And just to communicate needs, right? It's not anything, you're not being too sensitive. Your needs matter. You're important, okay? You're drawing in a partnership that is going to understand and make way. Maybe you've only been in partnerships, or you've been around people who have spoken, you need too much, you're being too clingy, you're being too emotional. That's, you know, you take everything so personally, you're always holding on to the past. You know, is that how they take things personally? So there's this need to really embody healthy communication over your feelings, honoring yourself first. That means taking responsibility of your feelings, but also communicating your needs, and that's okay. All right, so that's just about a partnership here. The other part, just individually here, is that alongside your inner child that has been growing this whole time, the one that you're trying to speak love over, the one that you're trying to reassure is safe and sound and isn't too sensitive, your inner warrior has been growing right along with them, okay? So, you always have a side of you that is strong, that is capable, that is overcoming, and your inner child and your sensitivity is not going to ruin that. Your inner warrior is there to protect that, okay? So that inner warrior has a voice too. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Maybe I will close this off with the Moon Witch oracles real quick, and then I'll let you go. Okay. Spirit, what oracle cards does my darling need as we close out this reading? I'm really proud of you. It takes a lot of self-awareness to be working through all of this, to be, you know, removing ourselves from intermingling with other people, you know, especially if that's been something that we've been so attached to. All of it is hard, and you've overcome so much, and you have every reason to feel proud of yourself. Yeah, to feel empowered. It's been a long journey. Okay, Spirit, what do they need to see? What does my darling need to see on their empowerment path here? Okay. Moonflower, bloom even if no one is watching. And I feel like that's your main goal right now anyways. I feel like you're very self-focused. You're really not letting a lot of people into your energy, and that's a beautiful place to be, to get that intimacy with yourself. So I feel like that's just saying stay on your path. True north. Stay true to yourself. You're on the right path. You already know that. You don't need anyone else to tell you. Sorry, I won't tell you that you're right or wrong, okay? Wax and gibbous. It's okay to change direction. And on this little street sign here, they both point to happy. So they both point to happy. Yeah, you're allowed to change things. I hope that this reading resonated. 44 on the clock. I hope that you feel really seen, and that you remember who you are, and you remember that you are the divine in a body. You know, what you see out here is a reflection of what's going on up there, what you're calling in. And I hope that you feel that empowerment and you feel that pride within yourself. And yeah, you're just so worthy of your own love. You're so worthy. Monday is Manifestation Monday. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a manifesting reading, or I might just do an intuitive reading. I'm not sure. But I would love to see you there. If not, that's okay too, though, okay? You can, it's okay to change direction. Stay true to yourself, okay? I hope that you have a great rest of your day, a wonderful weekend, or a fantastic life. I love you so much. Take care, and ta-ta.